Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Azariah's 4-month update. I'm gonna say this every single time I film an update video, but I'm really not sure how my baby is 4 months old already. That's a third of a year. Not okay with that. To get right into the video, I'm pretty much only going to be talking about Azariah in this video because nothing has really changed postpartum, except I will just name a few things that are like significant. But the first thing that I wanted to talk about is his weight. He had a doctor's appointment, his 4-month appointment this past Thursday. It's now Saturday, and he weighed 13 pounds 9 ounces, which is really, really good. It's in the 10th percentile, which according to our pediatrician is a really, really good thing. He said that he's on the chunky side, which y'all know I prayed for a chunky baby, and he's a chunky baby, so very happy about that. Everything else regarding like his length, he's a little bit on the smaller side for his length, but our pediatrician is not really concerned about that at all. He said it basically just means that he'll be a little bit shorter, which Craig and I are both shorter, so it's completely fine. But everything else at his appointment checked out perfect, and I'm really, really grateful for that because, I mean, every appointment is just really encouraging to see the doctor say, like, he's meeting what he's supposed to be meeting, even though he was born premature. It's just really cool to see that. So second of all, I want to talk about the clothes that he's in. So he is 4 months old now, obviously, but he's still in 0 to 3 or 3-month clothes. More teetering on the side of 3-month right now, but in the ones that snap in the crotch, he can fit in 0 to 3. Sometimes, depending on the length of a 0 to 3 footy pajamas, he can be in those. But usually in 3 months in the footy pajamas, and he's starting to wear like shorts now and stuff, and I get to put like super cute summer clothes on him because it's getting warmer. Love that. I actually just yesterday and a few weeks ago, because it's a lot, filtered out all of the clothes that in his closet that don't fit him anymore, and it was like 3 totes full because he had preemie clothes and then newborn clothes, and my heart was not prepared for that, so that really was sad. Next is sleeping. I just recently posted a nighttime routine video of like Azariah and what we do for him. It has changed a little bit since then because I don't necessarily think he's going into 4-month sleep regression just yet, but he's definitely going through a leap or a growth spurt, and also the pediatrician said he was. So his naps throughout the day are basically like non-existent, or they're like 20 to 30 minutes at a time. And it's a struggle because that's the only time that I can really get anything done. And it's stressful for me to see him so tired and refusing to nap. So that has changed a little bit, but he is still sleeping throughout the night. Currently his bedtime it went from like 11 o'clock to 9 o'clock to now is sometimes between 7:30 and 8:30. That's like around when it is. And then he'll generally sleep till like 1 a.m. And basically all we do around that time is like he's not really like hungry. It's just kind of like like making noises type of thing, like a little bit fussy. So I'll either like give him his pacifier and he'll go right back to sleep, or he'll just literally like toss and turn for a little bit and put himself back to sleep. If he's crying or anything like that, I immediately take him out and feed him, but he usually doesn't cry. It's just like a moving around, adjusting type of thing. And that usually is around like 1 or 2. And then if I give him his pacifier, or if he just falls back asleep himself, he'll sleep again until 6 or 7. And then that's when I'll take him out and I'll feed him, and usually he falls asleep feeding, so I'll pick him back up, put him in his bassinet so that he sleeps in his bassinet, and then 20 or 30 minutes later he'll cry again, so I'll take him back out, feed him on the other side, and then he'll fall asleep again, so I'll put him back. Or sometimes I've been doing this, he wakes up around 7 o'clock and wants fed, or if it's like I put him down and he wakes up another 30 minutes later and I need to feed him on the other side and he falls asleep, I'll just keep him there asleep next to me, and I'll just stare at him and just like literally thank God for him. And sometimes it'll be like 5 minutes, it'll be 30 minutes, an hour, really doesn't matter. But it's like something that I really love to do recently, and we've never co-slept before, so it's like my way of getting a little bit of like sleep time with him, and he also is like refusing to sleep on me anymore, which is like hard for me to talk about because that was my favorite thing. So it's just a time that I get to spend with him that's really special. So if you guys want to watch that video of his nighttime routine, you can watch it. But I did just want to disclaim that it's okay if your baby my baby's 4 months old. If your baby's 4 months old and doesn't sleep through the night, nothing is wrong with your baby. Not all babies are like good sleepers, and that's okay. Also, not everyone chooses to sleep train, and even though we haven't sleep trained yet and won't until he's 19 weeks if we even need to, like, it's not something that you have to do. You don't have to try to get your baby to sleep by themselves at like an early, like, you don't have to do that. So I just wanted to say that if you want to rock your baby to sleep, if you want to give him a pacifier, if you want to do stuff like that, by all means do that. It's completely up to you. It's your child. Do what's best for your child. Okay, and then feedings. He is still feeding on demand. I still feed on demand throughout the day, but it's usually no more than 3 hours. It's usually like 2 hours or less, depending on if he's like refusing a nap or not. I don't know how much he gets from me when I'm breastfeeding, but he still does get 1 bottle at night. And because I am very established in breastfeeding, this is just my personal choice, we do give him more bottles sometimes throughout the day if necessary. So like, let's say we wanted to go over to Craig's parents' house because our quarantine in our state is lifted and you can be in groups of 25 or less now. If we go over to his parents' house or whatever, and I don't want to breastfeed because I want to like visit and like I don't feel the need to like breastfeed in front of his parents or whatever, we will just bring a bottle and feed him bottle, and I will pump with my LV, and that's completely fine. Like it doesn't matter to me anymore how many bottles a day he gets versus how much he's on the breast. I prefer him to be more on the breast than bottle fed, but I'm not like strict or picky about that. Like, feeding my baby is the best thing, so however possible, we just make it work. At night, during his bottle feeding, when I made the nighttime routine video, he was drinking a lot more before he went to bed, but I think since then he's drinking more throughout the day so that at night he doesn't have to, like, he's not filling his tank so much, if that makes sense. So at night, instead of drinking like 5 to 6 ounces, he's usually around just like 4 to 5 depending, and he's been a little bit distracted, and I think it's because he wants his bedtime to be earlier, so we're trying to like push it earlier and stuff. But yeah, so it really just depends, but he is mostly breastfed, like on the breast right now with some bottles like here and there. All right, therapy and milestones are going to go hand in hand because it's kind of like connected now. So Azariah is in physical therapy once a week through First Steps. We are really grateful that he's getting it because we're learning so much about like motor skills and physical therapy type of movements to help him with. And he is a little bit, I'm not even going to say he's delayed at all because it's different from baby to baby. So some babies lift their head up in tummy time at like 2.5 months. Some do it at 4 or 5. He is now 4 months and he started to lift his head during tummy time at 3.5 months. That's really good, especially for him being born 3 weeks early. I mean, we're so happy with all the progress that he's been making, and we're not concerned about anything. He hasn't started to roll yet, but one of the things that we do in therapy is teach him how to roll and like what certain things his body does and needs to do in order to roll, and help him like get familiar with those things, just as like help, I think that he would do them on his own no matter what, but it's just really cool for us, I think, in the future too, when we have other children, to know these things to do to help our kids from the start, like how to do specific things and movements to help them along and to encourage them, because I want to do that. I think all of our kids would learn them on their own, but it's just fun to be a part of that, you know what I mean? He now lifts his head during tummy time. He has found his feet. He talks all the time. He laughed for the first time. He smiles constantly. And there's another one that I'm missing. We got these little ring toys. They're just literally like plastic rings that we hang from his play gym. He's obsessed with them. As soon as we put him under the play mat and we put the ring in his hand, he grabs it and like shakes it all over the place, and he just loves it, and it makes me so happy to see him do it. He doesn't reach for toys yet. He reaches for them, he doesn't grab them yet. He still is trying to like figure out that motion, but he's way more like aware of the fact that he wants them now, because I can tell if he has a ring in his hand and he accidentally lets go, he gets frustrated because he wants it again. So I'll just like reach his hand up, put it in his palm, and he'll grab onto it, and then, you know, shake him again. So I'm just really proud of him, and for him to have giggled for the first time on Mother's Day is incredible. He hasn't giggled since necessarily. He does like like those type of things, but not like a but he'll get there. It's okay. That one time on Mother's Day was like the best thing for me ever. Last thing that I want to talk about is just an update on his spina bifida and everything like that, because I know people are going to ask. I really don't have an update for you on his spina bifida or anything like that, because nothing has changed. Like he still does not have hydrocephalus. Will probably never develop hydrocephalus. We were supposed to, at the end of April, go to a spina bifida clinic in Cincinnati, but because of COVID, it was canceled. We do have another appointment for the clinic on June 1st to go and just like kind of get reevaluated and see specialists and stuff like that, and just make sure everything's okay. So we'll keep you guys updated on that, but we really don't expect anything to have changed. I'll say this over and over again, guys. He's a literal miracle. Like, for him to move his legs as much as he does, for him to be doing the things that he does on a daily basis is absolutely incredible. And I never, ever, ever take that for granted. Now, just a few things about me and postpartum. I'll talk first about body image. So I still am not, I have days, okay? I have days where I struggle with body image and I struggle looking at myself in the mirror. Not because I'm not proud of my body, but just because it's still foreign to me. I'm still trying to readjust, and sometimes seeing my scar is like a reminder of like everything that I went through, and that's a good thing, but also just still triggering and stuff sometimes. So, you know, it's just still something that I'm gonna work through. I am working out, I would say consistently, at least 3 times a week. I'm trying to get to at least 4 times a week. I'm stretching daily, and I've been seeing a chiropractor now. I've seen him twice, and we're getting my body back to a really, like a better place, I would say, because my body has been through a lot of trauma, and Craig and I, if we want to try for a baby in the future, I want my body to be at a place where I feel really comfortable again. Not body image wise, I'm talking about like internally, my scar tissue, all that kind of stuff. I want to feel good about it again. So I've been working with them, and something that I've realized is that on my right side, which if you've watched my vlogs of when I was in the hospital, I had so much pain on my right side because that's where Azariah sat. I found that I have a mass almost of scar tissue on my right side in like the lower part, and my chiropractor is like working that out, and it's excruciatingly painful and sucks, but I'm glad that he found that, because it actually has been preventing my core from working correctly. And I'm gonna like take you guys all along the journey of me trying to get I'm not gonna say get my body back. No, I'm not trying to do that, but get my body to a better place and kind of heal it and stuff like that. I'm gonna make a video or a series on that probably, because I think it is gonna be really interesting and really cool to watch. But other than that, I did get my period back. I got it back on Tuesday, right after Azariah turned 4 months. So that has been a huge change, and I've been super exhausted, and my back is hurt, and I've had cramps again. And so that's been an adjustment to like trying to have a period on top of like all the already body pain and gut stuff and everything. But I will never take having a period for granted, because I lost it for 8 years. So definitely a blessing. Craig goes back to work probably next week. So I'm gonna have to have a big adjustment again to doing life throughout the day with just me and Azariah. So that'll be an adjustment. But yeah, we've just been like enjoying every second together, making memories, spending time together, and it's been really, really cool, and I'm really grateful for yeah, just being able to see Azariah grow. And even though it's hard and it's painful and it makes me sad, because I look back at the pictures from when he was in the NICU or when he was just born, and he's definitely way bigger, which is good. It's just also, if you're a mom, you also understand how hard it is to watch your baby grow and, you know, for things to change. But I'm very grateful that he's growing, and I get to be here and watch him, like, see him grow into his personality and become this like little person who has like sass and stuff like that. It's just really cool. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you have any specific questions about like a 4-month update or anything like that, or postpartum, whatever, comment them down below and I will answer. And yeah, remember to love God, love yourself, and love people, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.